again. So today is mine and my husband's second anniversary for when we got married. So today I'm just going to go ahead and talk about that. And I'll definitely plug in some pictures here and there of different things. So yeah, I'll go ahead and go over most of the wedding information, just kind of the details and things like that. I do have some other ideas, but we'll get into that later. But anyways, so about our wedding, we got married October 4th in 2018, and the day we got engaged, I'll have to put that in. So I knew that I wanted our wedding to be in October. Luis didn't really even care, and he proposed to me in July. So I knew July to October was way too short a time span to plan a wedding. So we decided to have it the following year in 2018. And I always wanted to have a wedding. I don't know, I like the idea of a party. I like the idea of having friends and family together. And I always appreciate whenever people do have weddings. So I knew that I wanted to have like a ceremony. So that's what we did. We didn't want to have like a courthouse wedding or anything like that. And if you see me looking down, I have my laptop right down out of frame with some brief notes. I researched a lot on like wedding tips and you know, what we should kind of be planning for as far as all of that. I started a list of all of our guests, and we had invited 123 people, and so I knew that it was, you know, it's kind of a larger size wedding. Luis has a really big extended family. He's really close with a lot of cousins, aunts, uncles, and I have a big immediate family, lots of brothers and sisters. So because of that, we knew we couldn't have like a really small wedding, although that would have been nice to be able to save that money, but I'm glad all the people who came, of course, came. Yeah, so we researched a lot, and at first I personally wanted to have it in like someone's backyard, like either Luis's cousin or maybe his mom and dad's backyard, but we decided against that for a couple of reasons. One, because of the weather is so unpredictable here in Oklahoma, and two, with that amount of people and just the limited amount of bathrooms, also that's like a lot of stress on his parents. You know, that's a lot of people like, you know, that can make your house dirty and all that, and we decided to not go that route. So instead we started looking for venues. Of course, venues are usually kind of expensive. The one that I found was actually like down the street from the house that we were living at the time, like literally like a block away. Like you could walk there in 5 minutes or less. So that was pretty cool. And it was pretty affordable. We did a couple things to make it even more affordable. We decided to have our wedding on a Thursday, and then we also decided that we'd have the ceremony and the reception in the same building. So that way that reduced the cost tremendously. It also makes things less chaotic, less people having to like figure out where to go from here and there. It made it pretty simple, I think. Also, with the venue, we were also fortunate that Luis's mom and dad gifted that to us. Very fortunate that they decided to pay for that, so glad they did that. So yeah, I just like Google searched a lot of things. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I also use the Knot app, so that helped a lot with keeping track of everything. It has a really good budgeting tool. So which I only found out about the Knot app because I had bought this like planner binder thing, which I wish I still had it, but I threw it away when we moved. So our wedding was kind of like a spooky theme, almost like, you know, October vibes, and I really wanted like peach, and then I included maroon. I thought it looked good with it, and black, of course. So kind of like, you know, punk, spooky, whatever. Very wedding. I mean, I feel like it was just really common to find like maroon stuff. And I like the dark flowers. So we got like dark like oxblood roses and I think it was like black lilies or something. And then some white flowers in there. Yeah, I can't remember all the flowers, but yeah, I thought it turned out pretty cute. We did take our pictures like at a park. It was like a little distance away from the venue, but of course like not everyone who is at the wedding went for the pictures, so I'll go ahead and insert some pictures for the park. So I'll talk about my dress. So me and some of my friends and my sister-in-law, we went to a few different like bridal, you know, wedding dress places. I like my dress a lot, but it's not my favorite. I think that I also didn't like the price. It was pretty, to me, expensive, but whatever, it's fine. So I'll insert a picture here of my dress. I mean, it was fun, like trying on dresses or whatever. And the shoes I got, I might insert a picture of those, I don't know. But those, I wish I didn't even buy them because they're so uncomfortable. And I had to walk downstairs from like the getting ready area of the venue down to the reception area. And I couldn't really walk in them. So I wore a different pair of heels, and my plan was I would change them out after we did the ceremony, but then it was just such a rush and I like couldn't really get back in the building because they're like changing things around, and so I just wore the ugly shoes. I didn't even wear the shoes I was supposed to. But anyways, moving on. These are the dresses that I picked for my bridesmaid. I thought they were cute. Just found them at Dillard's, which I think they ended up going on sale too, so that was pretty cool. Better than going to like a bridal place where they charge like obscene amount of money. And I thought they were cute. I don't know. I think some of my bridesmaids hated them, but I don't know. Whatever. I knew for Luis I wanted to do something kind of cool. I wanted them all to wear black TUK creepers, and Luis, like mostly along the journey, didn't really care. Like the venue he was very adamant about, but overall he just kind of let me have my way with almost everything. So him and all of the groomsmen bought the same shoes. I don't even know if we have any pictures of that, but that's fine. I was very fortunate that a lot of friends and some family work kind of within the industry. So I have a makeup artist friend, I have a couple of hairstylist friends, I have a friend who does photos, and then Luis's cousin is a DJ on the side. So we were very and another friend who does graphic design work. So we were very fortunate that we had a lot of connections, and that you know, they either got a really good rate, or we also, you know, a lot of them just decided to gift us those services, which was very awesome, and I appreciate all of them. For our food, I picked who we ended up having cater, Andolini's Pizza. I found them at a wedding expo, like, cause at first, you know, I just Google searched like catering, and of course like these very expensive places came up, and we were gonna go with it, but like we got a quote and it was an obscene amount of money, well, to me anyways, like a few grand. So I was like, I was waiting, and they're kind of pressuring us to like add appetizers and all this other stuff. It's just like, I don't know, like this is way more than we want to spend. It's like, you know, they want us to spend like half of our budget just on food, like, ugh. So I saw Andolini's, and they had just like amazing rates. So when we got to taste a bunch of stuff for free as part of like to see if we wanted to have them cater, that was really awesome. Yeah, it was a great experience. They had great servers that went in. They like even lit all the candles and everything. They were very great. They did all the dishes afterwards. Highly recommend them. I mean, they're great on their own, but for catering, they were very good. Thumbs up. The food that they catered was pizza and salad and garlic knots, which is enough. I mean, I feel bad because I have like a brother who's gluten intolerant and an aunt who has celiac disease, so I know some people are kind of limited on their food choices, but did make it more affordable. But I think in retrospect, it probably would have been good to like have a few other options, but you know. And then for alcohol, we provided a champagne toast, and we bought, I think it was either a full keg or half keg of beer. And then the rest of it was a cash bar. So everyone had the option of whatever mixed drinks or whatever that they had, like this little bar area set up, but everyone else was in charge of buying their own drinks. Like me and my husband had a tab, and then everyone else, they had to buy their own drinks, because I know that it's very easy to drink a lot in alcohol or rack up a huge tab. So I was gonna avoid that. It didn't seem like that many people, or that anyone really minded. So, you know, if you really don't have money, then just drink the beer that we provide. You know, it's whatever. Which the beer was all gone at the end of the night, so. So we did do a cake. We did do the traditional, you know, cake, whatever. We went with the 3-tier. We did like way less people, and that helped with cost, and there's still like a tiny bit left over, so it worked out. I think the cake didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but I like it. I like the red and black, and yeah, it's cute. It's very pretty. It's affordable. It's delicious. It was fun getting to do the cake testing with them as well. And then I made the cake topper, which was really cute. I saw something on Pinterest, and it was like from an Etsy that no longer existed, so I decided to make one. And I like changed it up a little bit. It's not perfect, but I thought it turned out pretty cute. We did have a photo booth, which was awesome. I highly recommend that. Everyone really loved it. I feel like because we didn't do like favors, we did, but like with the photo booth, it printed out pictures at no charge, and you could take basically an unlimited amount of pictures. So people love that. I think people really like the photo booth. And actually, my lovely sister-in-law gifted that to us as well. So shout out to you, Carla. Thank you for that. And yeah, so I really loved our photo booth. It was very fun. And it was like really cool because it was like this standing mirror thing. It was just neat. I love it. And so with flowers, that's something that I definitely didn't want to like go cheap on. I didn't want fake ones. I just don't like fake flowers. I don't like them. Like when you look at them up close, you can always tell that they're fake, unless you get really nice ones, but those ones cost as much as real flowers anyways. I found this really affordable florist at the wedding expo. I remember the day before the wedding, I was debating, I was gonna do like some fake flowers for like the over the arch where we got married at, and I was gonna do fake flowers for that, but then I got them for Michael's, and it was like $80, so right after I did that, I just returned all of that, and then I went back to them, and for like an additional $100, I got a very beautiful over the arch flower display. It looked really pretty. And on the wedding day, some of the bridal bouquets weren't exactly what I wanted, but I think they're still really pretty. He like blew it out of the water with all of the centerpieces. Those were really pretty. He provided all of the vases, which I thought I was gonna have to, so that was really cool. And he also threw in all of the boutonnieres, so I really appreciate that. He's a really nice guy and super affordable, especially compared to like basically every other florist in Tulsa. So I'll probably put them down below because I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they were great. And then we also rented all of our like forks and plates, cups, the napkins. We rented like drink dispensers for water and iced tea, which we just bought some water and iced tea. Trying to think if there's anything else. And they also provided us with that wooden arch, and it was kind of nice actually. The florist, rental company, and the venue were all on the same street, which is all really close to our house, so that worked out well. We had Luis's dad pick up all the stuff, so that saved us some money as far as we didn't have to pay for a delivery fee, and since they needed all the stuff the next day, they picked it up for us, so it worked out pretty well. Yeah, that was great. And then our guest book, I decided I didn't want to buy a guest book. I thought about it. I didn't find any I really liked. They're all pretty ugly and stuff. So I bought some records at the thrift store, and I had our friend who's a graphic designer make this cute little sticker thing to put over the records of me and Luis, and it turned out really great. I think I gave him a really vague idea of what I wanted, and he did a really great job with that. I also made some signage, so I got some picture frames from the thrift store, and I painted some words and stuff on those just to make things more clear. I do wish I would have done more signage, but whatever. Yeah, I thought I mean, it's not perfect. I definitely don't have the best handwriting or anything, or cursive, but it did the job, you know, looked cute enough. I also made a little like card box out of this bird house. It was like a little bird cage, a little metal bird cage, and I added glass and painted it all black, so that looks good. Louise's dad cut the metal slit in it so you could put cards in it. And I DIY'd this little coffin box for our rings to be held in during the ceremony. And this was just like a little coffin box I got from Michael's, and I hot glued the felt in there. It's okay, I guess. I had honestly already had this before, like way before the wedding, like a year or so before the wedding. I hadn't done anything with it, so I just didn't have anything else to put them in that like looked cute, so I put them in this. And I think I used paint, like really watered down paint, and then some like wood finish on it. That's all right. So for the other decorations we had, I just used some of the Halloween stuff. If you watch my Halloween video, you'll see some of those items at our wedding. And I bought like some other like candle holders and things like that, and candles. Oh, and I got these like little shot glass looking candle holders. They're like a silver sparkly. I put those on the table. They kind of didn't really match, but whatever, I guess. And I also got these like trays from Goodwill, and I put Salvation Army, I got them at thrift stores, and I put those on most tables. I think I ended up having not quite enough, but I thought it looked kind of cute with the flowers sitting on top of them. And I also got their freeze-dried rose petals. I thought they looked really cute because, again, fake rose petals are ugly. I did not want to go that route. And then real rose petals are just really expensive, and then it's like you have to get them like a day or two before, and I was trying to minimize the last minute things that I had to do because I had to set everything up the day before, trying to make things as like easy as I can on the day of the wedding, which there was still like a little bit of setting up we had to do, but it wasn't that bad. Luis had to pick up the cake, which he said was kind of a nightmare. And I bought white pumpkins to go down the aisle. I thought those looked really cute. It was like really hard to find them. I kind of wish I would have like went more with it and got like bigger pumpkins and more, but whatever. And then I got like this black like sheer ribbon chair ties, and I only got like a few, but I thought it was like a nice little touch. We got some black like sheer curtains to go over the arch that we got married under. And I got this like silver tray dish thing from Goodwill as well, and I got like some like, I think they're champagne flavored gummy bears, and I put them on the top, and then the bottom got rock candy. They didn't look the best together. The rock candy was supposed to be like basically the same color, like peach color, but it wasn't, and that's whatever. Looking back, I probably should have went with red, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. And we went with chocolate kisses instead of like an actual favor. Favors are just so expensive, and I feel like no one cares that much, you know? Like, maybe some people will. I feel like a lot of times you forget your favors and people are stuck with a million favors. So I was like, just get chocolate kisses, because worst case scenario, we just have a bunch of chocolate, which we didn't really. A lot of people ate the chocolate, so, you know, it worked out. So walking down the aisle, we picked, what songs did we pick? So when Luis and the rest of the wedding party walked down the aisle, we played the Ramones' I Want You Around. And then when I walked down the aisle, we played another Ramones song, I'm trying to remember. And then the song that I walked down the aisle to was Baby I Love You. Maybe if I make another video, I'll talk more about our songs walking down the aisle. It was something. But yeah, and then our first dance song was Baby Baby by the Vibrators. And we didn't do like the mother-daughter dance, the father-daughter dance, a lot of the other stuff. I'm glad too, because every time it's like you gotta stop and do something, you have to, there's just a lot of waiting, and then really I just want to like spend time with all of our guests and family, you know, especially because my family none of my family lives here, so everyone in my family lives, you know, 2 days trip worth of driving away. I don't get to see them often, so it's definitely an excuse to have a wedding, and didn't want to like not enjoy it by being interrupted and waiting on different cues and stuff like that. So just like getting our pictures taken, doing like cutting of the cake and the first dance and our toast was definitely enough for us. We don't want to do like the bouquet toss or the like taking off the garter. I'm like, that's so uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, Luis probably doesn't want to do that. We just made the decision to not do all that extra stuff. So, and yeah, I would definitely 100% recommend it. Do it again all over, especially in our circumstance. Yeah, it was a great day, probably the best day of my life. It was really nice, just like, you know, like, I don't know, I don't have very many times where like I'm the focus, so it was really weird for me, I guess, and it was just really nice. I don't know, it was great. I loved it. It was stressful. I mean, you know, it was the 1.5 year long engagement. I feel like I was just constantly, the wedding, just everything evolved around the wedding. You know, I was constantly figuring out what we're doing, and, you know, like, oh, we need to put the deposit in for this or pay for that, or we need to figure out what we're doing here and that and blah, blah, blah. So it worked out really well. So I'm glad that we did it. And yeah, let me get my husband in here for the outro. And here's my husband. So, but yeah, he didn't really want to be in the video, but I dragged him out for this part. Do you have anything to add? Anything to say? I know you didn't know anything that I talked about.
I wasn't here for any of this.
Any thoughts for our wedding? How you feel?
From what I remember, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I drank the whole time.
Yeah, I drank too. It was fun.
Then I had a broken foot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You want to tell that story?
Well, first of all, never trust Kayla. She'll break your feet before your wedding.
Yeah, we had a combined, what is it? Bachelorette party. Well, it was separate, and then we combined it at the end. And when our friend Kayla saw Luis, she hugged him and stepped on his foot, and he twisted his ankle, and like for days afterwards, it was crazy swollen and super purple. I don't think we took any pictures of it, but
no, I did.
Oh well, I'll try to insert a picture of that. I completely forgot. I think days afterwards, we got crutches, and then we went on our honeymoon. down in Mexico. So that was fun. The poor thing just limping around. He was a trooper. He still did our first dance. He did a little bit of dancing. We were kind of like apart for most of the wedding because we were just both like with our family or friends. Like I was looking through our pictures from the photo booth. We don't have any together with just
I think
you and
I think I only have one. I think I was only in one.
Really? You weren't in any of them?
No.
I was in a couple, but there were a lot that neither of us were in.
Well, we were supposed to take one together, then all of a sudden one of my cousins and my aunts just pulled me aside, like right before we were about to take it, and they're like, you're like, where you go? And I'm like, I don't know, being pulled by people, and then you're like, whatever, and you start taking pictures with someone else.
Yeah, that was a lot of the night, just like, we're here, and then there, and there. Just so much. Just pretty chaotic. Very tiring, but very fun. I don't even think, like, you didn't even eat all your food.
No, I just drank all day. I didn't eat at all.
You didn't eat at all?
No, I
ate some breakfast. I started getting ready, like, way too early.
I had a sandwich at one point, like, before the wedding. That was it. And I was like, hours. Like,
damn.
And like, I had to numb my foot somehow.
You what?
I had to numb my foot somehow.
Oh, because of alcohol? Yeah. I guess he did.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I got Alyssa, my little sister, to go to the coffee house and get me some breakfast. Well, and she got some breakfast too. Because when I woke up the day of our wedding, I took a shower and then went to the venue, and I stayed at the venue all fucking day. Just like, and I got there way too early. I don't know why. I thought I needed to start getting ready at like 9 a.m. because that was too early for our, like, well, we got married at like 4 o'clock. Supposed to be 4 o'clock.
Something like that, yeah.
It was delayed. I don't know why it was delayed. We were ready. I was like waiting for hours because I had been ready because I was nervous about like not being on time. And then I'm like, what is going on? Why is it not starting?
Well, it's because our event coordinator didn't help us at all. So if anything, if she actually...
Yeah, she was terrible.
Yeah, if she actually helped us, she probably would have started everything. Because I was waiting around too because I wasn't sure how we're going to start this.
Yeah, that's like, there's like little things with planning that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dress. The train of my dress never got fanned out. It was rolled up in a ball. It looked terrible. There are no good pictures of my train. I forgot to put it down when we took our like together pictures. Oh, well, that's life, right? Mm-hmm. Everything else was fine. Everything else was like perfect. So mostly. There are a couple things. Maybe if I do like the worst things video, I'll include that, but almost everything was perfect. This will probably be the only video he's gonna be in because he does not like to do this. But yeah, my husband, he's the best. Happy anniversary to us. Okay, bye.